Hello my lovelies, Barbara here with your one card reading for the week ahead. It's Monday, the 26th of September 2022, and it's the first day of a 2-week holiday for me. Little happy dance there. I'm so happy because, do you know, I can't remember the last time I had 2 weeks off from work. So here we go. It's going to be a great thing. Later on in the week, I'm going off to that cottage I went to earlier in the year in Dorset. Really looking forward to that, so I can just spend it's 6 nights just writing, chilling out and having a great time. So anyway, the week ahead. Actually, before we go any further, did anybody feel a little bit odd yesterday? You might have felt down, just different. That's the only way I can describe it. I certainly did. I spent most of the day in bed, I have to say. I was catching up on a lot of sleep, it's true, but I felt odd. Not down, just odd, and I couldn't put my finger on it until I checked the moon phase. And yesterday was new moon, and that explained everything. And today, absolutely fine. So it's always interesting to see when you feel a bit odd or anything. You could feel exceptionally happy or exceptionally sad or down or odd, like I did yesterday. Just check the moon phase, because sometimes it answers you completely why you're feeling in that way. Anyway, before we go, let's carry on before we go any further. It's not me waffling. Here we go. Right, where's my deck? Right, this is a new deck. I keep leaning forward. I'm getting so excited now. It's a new deck. I arrived last week. Now, this is a box. As you can see, it's a little bit battered. Not too bad, actually. Secondhand from eBay. The Dragon Tarot, and it's by an artist. Now, I've got loads of his posters rolled up somewhere, all from the 1990s, and it's by Peter Prakownik, and I really apologise to him if I've said his name wrong. I still, after all these years, can't forget to do his name. He's actually got a shop in Tintagel, so if you're ever in Tintagel, just go in that shop. Phenomenal, his artwork, and does all sorts of things. I hadn't realised he did this deck of cards. Anyway, so what card have we got for this week? We have the High Priestess, and now I'm going to try and make it big. And again, as usual, the light in my window, it doesn't matter where I go, the light in my window goes on there. Here we go. Wonderful. As you can see, she is a dragon. Hence the Rees Dragon Tarot. Now, this is a major arcana, and this is very important for this coming week, because the High Priestess is about your spirituality. It's also about discovering things that are hidden. And whilst most people look at this in a spiritual way, it can also be within other aspects of your life. So a time to start seeing clearly what things have been hidden to you up to now. Now, I'm going to show something right at the bottom, and I don't know, I doubt if you can see this. You might be able to. What I would suggest for this card is you freeze the the video and enlarge it on if you're on your phone. Now, do you see these are poisonous mushrooms? Now, these are hidden underneath her cauldron, and she herself is making magic happen. Beautiful, beautiful, good, positive magic. So what are these things hidden underneath? So underneath this coming week, there may be a few obstacles for you, and I will say caused by other people. Perhaps they're negative, perhaps they're trying to be a bit, nasty or anything, particularly in the workplace or anywhere where you deal with other people. However, they're very small and they're sheltering under you. So they're utilising your strength to move forward. So this is a time where you need to step away from that and actually work from the highest possible place that you can work from, because these, once the light gets on them, they'll wither and die. You'll hear the thing, oh, just call me mushroom because I'm always in the dark. Well, these are toadstools, so it's the same thing. They only work in the shadows. So you need to really push forward this week and start looking forward into the light. So particularly in a spiritual aspect, if you've got some friends that perhaps aren't working with the best intentions, perhaps time just to step away from them, but not forever, but just for this coming week. You don't want to bring anything to bring you down, because this is such a positive week. Now we have the yin yang sign here. We've also got the earth there, which isn't normally shown in the High Priestess, but you're looking at it from the moon aspect. So you're looking down on Mother Earth. So I will say, particularly if you are a Reiki healer in some way, I don't know which type of Reiki, it's, Holy Fire, or I think there's one called Holy Fire, Crystal, whatever, doesn't matter. This is a good time to utilize your Reiki or spiritual healing, no matter what type of healing you do, for the benefit of others. It's also a good time to actually start thinking about, well, which direction do I want to go spiritually? Remember, with the High Priestess, she has access to secrets, to things that are hidden, but she can also make magic happen. So this is a great thing. I mean, you see the pillars. Do you know what I really like about these pillars? And I look at them, I've got to take my glasses off for this. I look at them and I think they're essentially supposed to be lovely flowers. But I think they're like, you know, those sparkly lights that you can wrap around things. And I just think it's illuminating. It's illuminating your week ahead, work ahead. Oh, well, I've said work ahead. So again, back to work. This is a good week for you. Illumination. We have the moon, or the crescent moon, which is always shown above, you know, normally it's a headdress. It's not a headdress in this case, I don't think. Well, it could be, I suppose. I don't know, can't tell. Oh, that's interesting behind. Do you know what else is interesting about this card? The more you look at it, the more you see. Now, normally in the High Priestess, between the pillars, there is like a cloth behind. It just gives you a little glimpse of what is beyond. Here, it's clear. You can see past that. I mean, you can't actually physically see anything, but there is nothing stopping you. And that's very important. So this week is a fantastic week for you to look for within your whatever aspect of spirituality that you are interested in. So if you've suddenly become interested, you know, I've always wanted to learn palm reading. Go off and learn palm reading. You know, get us some books. Go on YouTube, do something that actually gives you that creativity, because like I said, she can make magic happen. What else has she got here? She's usually there. She's at least in this deck. I've got my glasses in the wrong place here. She's holding, I don't think you see it, I'll just go back a bit forward, the Torah. So that holds all the secrets as well. She's got that in her hand. So this is a really positive week for you to study anything and to move on. Get quite, this is very relevant to me as well this week, bearing in mind I'm going away at the end of the week. And a lot of it is to do with studying and things like that. She is also, interestingly enough, back to this making magic happen. Again, you probably can't see it, but this wonderful, inclusive, positive, bright spectrum of colour, she is actually holding it. She's like, I'm grasping this. I have the ability to use this power for good. And that is very relevant. And I will also say that for those of you who are working with other people in whatever, you know, your normal day-to-day job, anything like that, or even if you're working for charity, anything like that, it doesn't have to be paid work. But back to these toadstools, you know, there is a little bit of negativity that's hiding from you. So be aware there may be a slight undercurrent within your job that you need to stay above on. You have this wonderful magic. So not only can you improve things, but you can step away from them. So you don't need to worry in that part. You have the skills to do that. This is absolutely a superb, I just love this card actually. The more I look at it, the more I see. And almost the dragon is almost like, no, smug actually. Well, yeah, be smug because you've got the power to do things. I've got the power. Sorry, I just went off on one. Tell them on holiday, can't you? Anyway, so yin yang, a time for balance. Now, I will actually make a comment here. Balance is great. We all aim for balance, don't we? You know, meditation, you've got to have balance in your life, balance in chakras, balance in this, balance in that. And absolutely right. However, a couple of weeks ago, I met a very good friend of mine who is a Druid High Priestess in Glastonbury. Thank you, Molly, for your kind words and things and inspiration that you give me. Now, it's not the exact words she used, but to explain what she said, balance is okay, but if you have too much balance, you can become stagnant. So sometimes you have to go either side, either to take a step back or to move forward. Now, I've never looked at it because all practitioners or whatever, we always go for, oh, you've got to have balance in your life, you've got to have balance in your life. Sometimes you need that little bit of an edge. And though this week I'm saying, yeah, keep balance in your life because something's coming up that's going to make you want to go either one way or the other, but in a good, positive way. So balance is great. You've got balance this week. Keep ahead of any negativity there and make that magic happen. Fantastic week. See you next week from sunny Dorset, and bye for now.